Hey there, and welcome to your Airdrie Real Estate Market Update for May 2024. And it's a new month now, so we have all of our April numbers ready to go. So let's go through them and see what's going on in our real estate market here in Airdrie, Alberta. And if you could do me a huge favor, take a couple seconds, scroll down and hit that like button. And I also noticed that 89% of you watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you could also hit that subscribe button, that really does help me out, get this channel out in front of other homeowners here in Airdrie who want to know these stats. Now we're going to go over the general Airdrie stats first, followed by the stats for the 4 styles of homes in our market, and then we're going to go into price range breakdown, and lastly I'll offer my thoughts on what we'll see the market do from here and what that might mean for you. Alright, well let's get right into the numbers. Bringing up the Airdrie market stats here, you can see that we had 202 sales in the month of April. This is basically exactly the same as March, where we had 203 sales for the month. Now usually we see sales pick up from March to April, not just stay the same, so this definitely could be spun as the market's slowing down, and seeing that Calgary had just a slight increase in sales month to month as well, I can definitely see some news headlines in the future saying something like Alberta Real Estate Market slowing down into the spring or something like that. But as you'll see from these numbers, this just isn't the case. Okay, so 202 sales for April, and as for new listings, we saw 219 of them within the month. Again, nearly identical to the 218 we had in March. So far, very similar month to month here. So how about our inventory? Well, to start April, we had 163 listings for sale in Airdrie, and to start May, that's come down just a touch to 159 listings for sale here in the city. And with all these numbers being so close, we know that our month supply is also going to be nearly the same, and currently we're sitting at just 0.79 months supply, which is down from 0.8 last month, which puts us still in that overall extreme seller's market territory. And if you're currently buying or selling, you know that that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on which side of the market you're on. Now looking at the last couple numbers on here, our days on market here in the city has gone below 20 days for the first time since May 2022, sitting right now at an average of 19 days on market, and our benchmark price is currently sitting up 10.4% year over year for all the styles of homes on average. So we'll break down the styles of homes a bit later in the video. So that 10.4% is the yearly change, but just month to month from March to April, our benchmark price here in Airdrie overall is up 1.65%. That's a huge jump for just 1 month of change. Alright, so now we know our general city numbers. Now let's move on to the styles of homes and how each segment of the market is currently performing. So looking at our semi-detached homes first, we had 15 sales and 14 new listings, which left us with an active inventory of just 10 homes to start May. That ultimately gives the duplex market just 0.67 months supply, which is almost always going to mean price increases, and that's exactly what we saw. Prices for those semi-detached homes are up 2.1% in just the last month, now at a benchmark price of $509,100. And this is the first time we've ever seen this segment of the market have a benchmark price over that $500,000 mark. Now moving on to the townhomes, here we had 52 sales in April and 51 new listings come up, which left us with an inventory of just 27 homes and just 0.52 months supply here in the townhomes. So prices here are going up as well, up 3% in just the last month to a benchmark price for townhouses now at $376,700, and they're also selling on average at 2.9% above their list price. Alright, now looking at our condos, and this segment of the market continues to be pretty ridiculous. 32 sales in April and 24 new listings left us with just 9 active listings to start May with, and of those, 5 of them were conditionally sold to start the month. And all that leaves us with just 0.28 months of supply in the condo market right now here in Airdrie. 1 week of supply. That's absolutely nuts. And as for prices, obviously they're going to increase as well, with those numbers up 0.7% for the month. Now, it's the lowest percentage gain of all 4 segments, but keep in mind these condos have gone crazy for the last 12 months, so naturally increases will have to slow up a bit because they're currently up year over year 25.2%. All right, well, last but not least, our detached homes. Here we had 103 sales in April and 130 new listings, which makes detached properties the slowest segment of the market in terms of our sales to new listings ratio. That left us with 110 active listings to start May with and a month supply of 1.1 months. Still very deep in a seller's market, but not quite under that 1 month extreme seller's market like the other segments are. But don't let that fool you. The lower price points of this detached market are still very much in that extreme seller's market territory, which we're going to get into a bit more when we talk about the price ranges. Now, for prices for those detached homes, overall they went up 2.1% in the last month, up to a benchmark price of $649,900 now. Now, for reference, if you had a $500,000 home in April, in theory, it'd be worth about $510,000 now. So some big movement in prices in the last month, but now let's take a look at our price ranges and see how the market is acting in each price segment of our market. Now, I'd like your input on this one. For this time and previous market updates, I've taken all the data from the price range, including all the styles of homes in that range, and present those numbers as they are. I'd like you to put a comment down below if that works for you, or if you'd prefer me to break it down a bit more within the price ranges to show you the specific styles of homes within each price range as well. So for example, between $300,000 and $500,000 for detached homes, townhouses, and condos, and show you those numbers as well. So if that's something you'd like to see, then I can definitely do that. It would just mean a bit of a longer video when I do these updates, but pause the video here and let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to see that or not. All right, well, this time we're gonna do the price ranges with all the styles together, starting first with the $0 to $300,000 price range. In this range, we had 28 sales in April, and we currently have just 12 active listings, which leaves us with just 0.42 months supply in our lowest price range. Now, of course, these numbers are driven mostly by high condo sales in April. Now, next up, we have our $300,000 to $500,000 range, and here we had 54 sales in April, and currently we just have 33 active listings. Now, that gives us a month supply of 0.61 months, and also a very quick market here. And in this range, we're gonna see a mix of all the ranges: apartments, duplexes, townhomes, and detached homes. Now, I should note as well, of those 33 active listings in this range, 18 of them are currently conditionally sold right now as of this recording. So now moving on to the $500,000 to $700,000 range, and this price point in the market has really picked up here this year. And we saw 95 sales in April, and we currently have 59 active listings. So that gives us a month supply of 0.62 months. Now moving into some of the higher price points, let's look here at $700,000 to $900,000 range. Here we had 25 sales in April, which is higher than we've been seeing this year and much higher than we saw last fall and winter. And we have 41 active listings in this range, which means that we have more than 1 month's supply. So it's not that extreme seller's market now in this range, but at 1.64 months supply, it's still very much in a seller's market, and it's getting stronger the further we get into 2024. And lastly, we'll look at our over $900,000 price point here in Airdrie. We had 3 sales in April, and we currently have 22 active listings. So at 7.3 months supply, this is where our market really drops off a cliff. So if you're in a position where you're upgrading your current home to a home that's in this 900 million or higher range, you can do really well on your lower priced home on the sale and potentially be able to negotiate a good deal on your purchase. But on the flip side, if you're selling in this 900 plus range, just know that the market that you're dealing in, and make sure to price your home accordingly to attract those buyers over all the other competition in that range. All right, well, there you have it, the most important numbers from our Airdrie real estate market this month. So where do we go from here? Well, we're into May now, which typically means we have a good 2 to 3 months left of spring market activity before we get that typical slowdown getting into August. So I think we're gonna see much of the same in terms of activity, with the numbers starting to likely fade away a bit next month and through into the summer. So we're probably looking at a few more months of price increases before they settle out for the rest of 2024, kind of like what we saw last year, but I'm not expecting the drops like we saw in 2022. So what does that mean for you? Well, the truth is it's very specific to you and your situation. This market that we're in now could be very good for some people and very bad for others. And I find any attempt that I try to make to generalize that into specific advice for buyers and sellers on a video like this one is likely to be off base for about 80 to 90% of you. So if you have a question about your situation, please put it in the comments below. This allows me to reply in a public forum that might help other people with their questions as well. Or if you prefer, you can always reach out to me directly, privately through text, email, or call, and I'd be more than happy to chat that way as well. And as always, my name is Brad Walker, your local Airdrie Realtor. I hope you learned something about our market today, and we'll see you in the next video.